Well, hello there, boys and girls. Welcome to another day of some more Final Fantasy XIV Dawntrail, which is basically taking over all the streaming right now. I will get back to Baldur's Gate 3 and Yakuza Kiwami eventually, once I'm through the main quests, and you know, maybe a little bit more. Anyway, like I said, welcome back. Today is going to be yet another shorter stream because I am stupid, well, stupider than normal. I'm more stupider than normal. So I have once again messed up my whole sleeping thing, so I've barely been sleeping. So I'm gonna be freaking tired and yeah. Might be saying some stupid things. Well, stupider as usual. Anywho, we're going to Tural today. Why are we going to Tural? Because. Just because. And because it's good enough, because it's good enough, because we have a pass there, we haven't been there, it's an adventure to go there, and we are currently free to do whatever we want to, because we have 2 Dawnservants. Sure. Captain Ram is dead. The first promise, whose name I can never remember, and kind of did the whole betraying, backstabbing thing, except he sliced his attendant in the back with a sword and threw him over the edge. And if we have learned anything from Final Fantasy XIV, it's that if you don't see a corpse, they are not dead. So I'm fully expecting that guy to come back eventually. And but we don't know anything about that, our little warrior of light, so we're just going to Tural. This gate is barred to all save those with express permission from one of the Dawnservants. Here you go. Here's my permit. Signed by Val Wuklamat herself. God damn it. My apologies, sir, if you would wait here just a moment. I have been wondering when we were going to get to Tural. Ooh, purple feathers. That looks nice. Because there's the whole thing about the Dawnservant, again, being the Dawnservant of Tural, but this whole northern continent, we haven't even been there, so Wuklamat knows nothing about it, so she and Kuna are really only the Dawnservant over southern Tural. I guess Tural is their own separate nation? They must be. That is a long-ass bridge. The Yokui built it, and I just imagine how long it must have taken to build that. All the blood and sweat and tears, and of course they were taller back then, so.
On the far side of that great bridge unfolded the wilds of Shaloni, where the sun guides in the Shatonatam.
Shaloni, okay.
A harsh guide, to be sure, with its blazing rays scorching the land and hardening its inhabitants. But sweeping change had come to the arid expanse when, beneath its red crust, vast deposits of ceruleum were discovered.
Oh, ceruleum.
Embracing this opportunity, Vau Kona's supporters hurtle on, driven by dreams of a future illuminated by blue flame. It is here that our journey continues, our path taking us along winding roads of steel. Each length of track a declaration of hope and ambition.
Cool. Just need to check something.
My home, Yasulani, lies past Shaloni.
Alright.
It will be a long journey, but the railroad should make it easier.
As long as we're not being railroaded. Of course we're being railroaded.
As for the way to the train station, Let's ride these fellows, shall we?
We shall ride these fellows. Sorry, I had to look something up. Sorry. Let's see. Shaluni. Shaluni? This is Tural. We still have no information to display. So what's this then? Short on the runic? Right so, if one will suffice, I have a creature ready and waiting. This is are those natural colors, or is that something you paint on their bone? But if you need to, you will have to wait. The runic have been acting strangely of late, more easily spooked and otherwise disagreeable. Picking out the few fit for renting, it's proven bothersome work. They look terrified. Wide-eyed stare. Ugh. They're usually so docile, and the ones I saw earlier didn't appear to be unhealthy either. But much has changed since I was last here. When were you last here? Not the best start to our journey. Still, the train station isn't far. Seeing as we aren't in a hurry, let's go on foot. About that, sir. As well traveled as you look, it's not only the runic that have been giving us trouble. Other wildlife have shown signs of aggression too. A merchant should be returning soon with one of our beasts. Stick around till they do, and I'll see you both on runic for a safer trip. Your offer is most appreciated, but I don't think my friend here is particularly concerned about the wildlife. But the runic, Ermil, the runic! I mean, I don't really like any of these. I'm not concerned. And this just... whatever gets us where we're going faster. Even if you left now, waiting for the runic would be faster than walking, and safer, besides. You'll be back on the road before you know it, I promise. And there we have it. Right, change of plans. There's a small town nearby. We can pass the time there while waiting. Take it you're heading to... Husatawi? Husatawi? I'll have a man bring the runic over there. Just mind yourself around the drunkards and troublemakers, eh? No, we're in an area with a little bit of greenery and foliage. I like it. So many areas we've been in have been so flat and devoid of plant life. Relatively. This, though, this I like. It looks more alive. Still, the lower forests of Dawntrail would still be my favorite so far. Because it's beautiful. And reminds me so much of Xenoblade Chronicles. This is the first one. Okay, now then. Shaluani. Gotcha. Yatanani Grasslands. Last time I was here, it was a little more than a camp with a shop or three. And now it's a camp with a shop or four? Or just a Wild West town, okay.
Well, well. It's become a proper town.
Hey? Of course, we have a gunman coming out from the saloon. 2 gunmen?
Now hold on a minute.
Some sort of trouble.
The Tural is the Wild
I'm
West.
talking to you, you old bastard.
Give me strength. For the last time, the investigation is closed. There's no refuting the evidence.
I don't give a shit about your evidence, you lying scum. You release my friends, or I'll make you wish you had.
They said shit.
Let me remind you who the scum is here. Your friends, who had the temerity to point their firearms at me, the deputy chief of the Dust Watch. And after taking them into custody, what should we discover but incontrovertible proof that they had committed larceny? They will not be released until they've paid for their crimes.
I'd heard the peacekeeping force had been formed to deal with growing lawlessness. Seems the situation is bad indeed.
Still can't get up a fuss, eh? Sounds like poor Zekua needs his bottle.
Sure he wouldn't prefer his mama's teat?
This is so Americanized.
Treat me like a child, will you? My friends haven't done anything wrong, damn it! They've been framed!
Oh, stubborn little runt. Listen here, Zekua. If you want to be treated like an adult, then you'd best comport yourself like one. That means respecting the rule of law. Order may be precarious here in Shaloni, but it can be had if each man does the right thing. And for those that don't, well, they have to answer to the Dust Watch.
Shalom.
Now run along and think before you cast aspersions next time. Lest you hurt my feelings.
Fine! If that's how it's gonna be.
I wouldn't if I were you.
Ah, Estinian.
Is that?
There's a time to fight and a time to withdraw. For you, that's now.
What?
Hey! What are you doing, Zekua? You better not be stirring up trouble.
Wahute! You sack of Ronek shit! This ain't over! You hear me?
You want to tell me what that was about?
Nothing that need concern you, sir. Zekoa is simply struggling to come to terms with the low character of his friends. But for good measure, I'll have the men keep an eye on him.
Yes, you do that.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I'll go make my rounds.
It even says saloon in Eorzea over there. Is it in Eorzea?
I wasn't expecting to see your faces among the crowd. Talk is rife there's a new Dawnservant. Take it you found it then. The Golden City.
Eh. The entrance to it.
Aye, the contest is over. And as I needed to return home to Yasulani, I offered to show our friends some of Tural. What brings you north?
Nothing in particular. Just seeing what there is to see.
Going wherever the wind blows, eh? True adventurer spirit.
Gulul Jaja compensated me rather generously for our duel. I'll be able to enjoy a comfortable life on the road for the foreseeable future. But for now, I shall be moving on. Oh, by the way, I recommend you try the Sabatender. They may not look it. They're surprisingly delicious.
But we don't serve Sabotender here.
Well, you haven't been here for a while. I don't know, man. Okay, them using the word shit feels so very modern / our world instead of it. Sure, they've used variants of the word for here before in the game, but I think they usually use shite. But just to hear someone say shit kind of takes me out of it. Also, I'm not sure how I feel about the whole North American thing here in my Final Fantasy game. We'll see. We'll see. No sooner do we set out than we run into excitement. At least no one was hurt. This Dustwatch has okay, has their work cut out for them. For as long as I can remember, all disputes, big or small, were settled by dueling. Because everyone so far seems to be a machinist, so we have our gunman. The peoples of Shaluni rarely saw eye to eye, and for better or worse, it was the simplest way to settle differences. Since most would sooner not risk their lives, though, it encouraged parties to pursue peaceful resolutions in a roundabout fashion. The Dustwatch was likely established by supporters of Kuna, preferring peace to be enforced through the formal rule of law. A reasonable stance, all things considered. If things ever got out of hand, the Lance Guard would be forced to step in. What freedom they have now would be lost under Zoralja's authority. All of which is to say that, unless a lengthy stay in a jailhouse appeals to you, be mindful of how you handle your arms in town. A new Ethernet destination is now accessible, Tural Skygate, to Shaluni. I should like to think the stableman has arrived with a runic by now. I'll go on ahead and check. If you still want to have a look around, then be my guest. Come and find us when you have had your fill. Then you have Taste of the Wilds, Gentle Giants. Is that a... That's not a corn servant. Unless any of you are a corn servant, we're just gonna move on. Ooh. Ooh though. Ooh though. Time for a game for tried. Same swap, 3 open plus. Fine. I see you up there. Isn't this a boss from the first? How is that one here? Sure, let's take some risks here. You're gonna take over that one. And so I need to put this one down here, just in case. And look at that! One game and I win my card. Even a wanted poser, man. Right, I wanted to go up there. Can I go do that from in here? Yes. And excuse me, I'm just riding my chocobo through your narrow things. Husatawi, situated near the Tural trailhead, this settlement was originally built as a supply depot to facilitate the exploration and development of the Shaluni wilderness. As time passed, however, a new saloon and other entertainments drew in the local ceruleum miners, and within a few short years, the depot has become a thriving trade post. Nothing wrong with the music, though. The friend, I take it? Sorry to have kept you both waiting. Unruly wildlife is not the only source of recent distress, I'm afraid. Also been a rise in robberies targeting merchants. As a result, we've got a lengthy list of folks wanting to use our runic. Which is why I have to ask that you stop at Sheshenewezi Springs. Sheshenewezi? That's fine, of course, but why haven't the Dutch Dustwatch dealt with this banditry? Why do I have such difficulty saying Dustwatch? Dustwatch. Kabaka and his fellows are doing what they can, but they reckon the bandits are operating as a gang. Rounding them all up is easier said than done. If you have anything of value, you'll want to take care. Thank you for the warning. We'll be sure to stay vigilant. Right then, if you're ready to set off, I'll see you on your way. I am ready to set off. I want to leave this town. Ready? Then saddle up. Your friend seems to know the way, so I won't bother giving you directions. Yes, get me out of this town. Oh. We're riding bareback. This is your first time, so let's take it slow. Take care not to let it toss you. I continue to be struck by how much Shaluni has changed. That town we just visited wasn't even here several years ago. With few reliable opportunities to replenish water supplies, travelers turn to Nopalitanders. Not just for the waters in their steam's mine, their fruits are also said to be both nutritious and delicious. Actually, ooh, see that hole there? Some might hope to find water there, but it's brimming with ceruleum. The eruption of flames from within make for a spectacle, inspiring cautionary tales of people who wandered too close. The Wallaki, meanwhile, show great reference to ceruleum and its blue flames. But that is a discussion for another time. We are here. A good thing for these runic. That was a nice little raid. No sooner did we dismount than the next passengers are already on their way. They really are short on runic. It is what it is. Now then. This is Sheshenewezi Springs. Perhaps the busiest town here in Shaluni. People travel here from all over, hoping to find their fortune. Why does this remind me of the game Turmoil? The towers, probably. Yeah, they came to Usatawi. Ah, these names. Was surprising enough, but this is no less impressive. They've achieved a great deal in the 3 years I've been away. It's only been 3 years? The station is on the eastern side of town, but there should still be time before the next train departs. If you don't mind, I'd like to pay a visit to an old friend of my mentor. Iate is her name, and if she learned that I passed through without saying a word, she would never let me hear the end of it. She set out from our village some 10 years ago, hoping to earn coin as she traveled about Tural. I can but assume she too came here seeking greater opportunities. In any case, let us see if we can find her. Her blue hair should make her easy to spot. Blue hair, huh? Dust storm. Let's take a look around. A lot of ceruleum mining, that's for sure. Ceruleum. Is that supposed to leak out? To pollute on the environment. Also, build some actual roads, people. Make it easier to traverse. Blue-haired Shatona. Yes, I'm Iate, and who might you be? He is my friend. Could it be? Goodness, it is! Ehrenbill, yes. A man grown. He was such a darling little thing as a child. You know, it's only been 3 years since last we spoke. Really? Only 3? Well, I suppose it all starts to get hazy after a while, living as long as we do. Well, this is Iyate. She's known my mentor since they were children. She's not known as his mentor. Nice to meet you. Likewise. Never thought I would see the day when you travel with company. You really have grown, Eleneshpia? Elena what now? That's also what the Dawnservant called him. Gulol Jaja. Alright. I was born Eleneshpia. I adopted a new name when I became a gleaner. One that adheres to Eastern Viera conventions, so as to avoid drawing attention. Okay, so that throws the whole secret adopted child of Gulol Jaja out the window. You just have a Tural Viera name. Given that this is a homecoming, it was only a matter of time before you found out. Nevertheless, I would appreciate it if you would continue using my chosen name. Sure thing. Whichever you prefer. A homecoming? You know, I have been thinking of paying the old stamping ground a visit myself. It would be good to see Kachua again? She is the finest archer I know. Eleneshpia's mother and mentor. Every time I dropped by, she would treat us to a veritable feast prepared with fresh game she'd hunted herself. You're impressive with a bow too, Iyate. Even among the Shetona. Oh, I couldn't compare to your mother, but her skill at arms pales in comparison to her knowledge of nature. That's what earned her a place among Gulol Jaja's traveling companions, after all. Oh. So he's still kinda maybe considered family? She was always the inquisitive sort, but her journey across Tural lit a fire in her. Even after Eleneshpia was born, she often left him in my care so that she could embark on another expedition in search of the unknown. Oh, how you would cry and beg her to take you along. It must have been hard on you. Yes, please embarrass him more. Iyate, please. What? We're all friends here, aren't we? No matter how many times he asked, the answer was always the same. You can come when you prove you're a true explorer. Thus did she task me with finding the Golden City. Despite my best efforts, all paths led nowhere. I assumed it was but a dreamer's fancy, a ploy to goad me into experiencing the wider world. But it was real, and we found it. At least the entrance. You found it? As part of the rite of succession, I assumed everyone had heard. That's amazing. Oh, she will be thrilled. And eager to bombard me with questions, no doubt. Of course she will, it's your mother. She's gonna want to ask you everything. Well, we should be on our way. You coming along? Thank you so much for stopping by. Give my best to your mother. Help, I need help! What's that about? Someone who needs help. That's what it's about. We'll investigate. Please wait here. Monster attack. Mayhap? Oh, hunt marks. No doubt these are the infamous local bandits. Please, you have to help. I've been robbed. It's Namika, Wuklamat's nursemaid. What is she doing here? Erenville, tracked. Me. Come any closer and we'll slit her throat from ear to ear. Okay, I don't have to come closer. I can just pew you from here. If you so much as nick her skin, you won't live to regret it. Oh, yeah? Hold on, did he say this is Wuklamat's nursemaid? Maybe this isn't such a good idea. Take the goods to the boss. We will deal with this. Please, you have to give it back. Ah. She's sprightly for an old lady. I'm going after Namika. This lot I leave to you. Bring it. Cocky bastard, I'll hang him by the ears and feed the old woman to the dogs. No, you won't. So far, as I can remember, every Mokotai I have seen from here, I guess they're all have had the same eye markings here. Even Kuna have them. We can deal with them later. First, we need to put this one in the dirt. Really now? Beat the bandits and search for Namika. He's all the way over here. But first... Ring of Fire! Did 0 damage. We need one more evil Ananta. I guess this is what the ceruleum has done to the local fauna. Because I saw some bombs on the way here as well. Oh no, I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning. Graveyard, eh? No need to worry, she's fine. Erenville said angrily. Thank you. I don't know what I would have done without you. The bandit managed to get away, but I have an idea where they are headed. You said they stole something from you? A bracelet. It was a parting gift from Wuklamat. I see. Close as you two were, I can only imagine how much it meant to you. But what brings you all this way? With the right of succession ended, and Wuklamat crowned the next Dawnservant, she's ready to stand on her own. I told her as much, and of my plans to return home to Yasulani. She gave me the bracelet that I might always remember our time together. It filled me with such joy. I wanted everyone to know, everyone to see this wonderful gift given to me by the vow of resolve, and now it's gone. I would have let them take every coin to my name if they had only left me the bracelets. Well, I would ask what you intend to do, but I know that look. Yeah, I'll knock him senseless. It's what Wuklamat would want, and it's what I would want. Please, you mustn't put yourself in harm's way for my sake. Oh. I can assure you, no harm will come to us. Brack will make certain of that. Yes, I will. I understand your methods can be brutal, but it would be wise to show some restraint, lest you find yourself on the wrong side of the law. Perhaps I should come as well, to be sure all proceeds as it should. I don't know what to say. I can see why Wuklamat puts so much faith in you both. Before anything else, let's see her back to Sheshenewezi Springs. She'll be safer in town, and with Iyate there to keep an eye on her, we should have nothing to worry about. Thank you, both of you. What do you mean my methods are brutal? They just give bandits what they deserve, which is a good thrashing. As long as they're not stealing out of necessity, like, say, if they need food because they're starving. Then I'll just knock them around a little bit and probably let them keep the food. Sheshenewezi Springs. Sheshenewezi. It does roll off the tongue a little bit. Sheshenewezi. Just give me 5 minutes and I'll forget how the hell to pronounce it again. Ervil told me what happened, and you needn't worry about Namika. If those bandits should find us, I'll kick up a fuss and see them driven off. That bracelet meant everything to her, and those bastards wouldn't care even if they knew. Makes me sick. But at least she's safe, and I know you will set things right. Ervil's composed demeanor belies his eagerness to help Namika. Alright, let's go and recover that bracelet. While I have nothing but contempt for these bandits, as this involves a gift from Wuklamat, we must be mindful how our actions might reflect upon her. I doubt Namika would find joy in the return of said gift if lives were taken in the process. I said knock them senseless, I didn't say kill them. If it comes to violence, I ask that you stop short of killing them. The rest we can leave to the Dustwatch. Well now, that makes me think you're strong. Really strong. Are you? In certain situations, yes. Let's be humble. Nah, no more than any other adventurer. Aren't we humble now? But the matter-of-fact way you say it makes me think it's a tremendous understatement. If your curiosity has been sated, then please indulge mine. Is there anything you can tell us about these bandits? Let's see. Well, of late there's been talk about some unsavory types coming and going from Tunatanyawi to the southwest. Tunatanyawi? Is that the old mining town that was abandoned? That's the one. Now that ceruleum extraction is big business, no one wants to waste their time picking at the dried up veins there. Sounds like a perfect lair for bandits, not to mention that the one with the bracelet fled in that direction. So you'll be investigating the place? I can let the Dust Watch know if you like. No, not yet. It would be best if we went alone. There's something I would like to ascertain, if you have no objections. Right, Lon, let's be off. I wonder how much dust and sand he has in those shoes that hang by his backpack by now. Refined perspective, bomb disposal. Still no corn servants. Also, keep forgetting to use this. To the east. Let's go east. Up on this little thing? Yep, there it is. Nopali tender. Whoa. Okay, fine. We'll tussle. You have several heads. Cool. I think we can put you on attacker stance next time. Now I'm gonna get there eventually. That's on the way to the next little aetheryte. Shoshanovesi Springs. No, I want more of the daytime music. Give me the daytime music. Hello, what are you? A wild Dara. Also a hunt target, so. I see. They do burn. These little holes. I wonder... Has Wuklamat been in here? Has she fallen into any of these burning holes? Since she's clumsy enough to fall into the cenotes. Cenotes? She's probably fallen into one of these as well. Or maybe Erenville doesn't let her go here because he knows she would just fall down and burn. Straight in here somewhere, huh? What is it you wish to ascertain, Neramil? It seems the bandits have claimed this place for themselves. Oh. There shouldn't be much of a problem for the Dustwatch to go here, if they actually cared. And they're all in BDSM outfits, or at least he was. They've made no attempt to conceal their presence. How can the Dustwatch not have noticed by now? They're on the take, I'm betting. A question for another time. First, we must find the bracelets. I don't see the bandit who had it. Perhaps they're in one of the buildings? Ramshackle as they are, it should prove a simple thing to eavesdrop on anyone inside. If you would go and have a look about, I'll keep watch for trouble. And the dust storm clears up. Just... Ah, I see it. I'll get to it. The bandits will not notice you here. You can safely eavesdrop on anyone inside. As you lean in to listen, you begin to pick out voices in the muffled chatter. You know where we'd be without him. Probably shoveling sand, praying we'd strike it rich. Ain't that the truth? Only an idiot would work the mines with easier money to be had. No, not when we've got a boss who can keep the Dustwatch off our backs. Ha! Hey, watch what you say. The wind's got a way of carrying secrets to the wrong ears. Maybe so, but who would ever believe that one of them sainted souls was running our crew? That drunk who bought your story about the gold-shitting alpaca, am I right? Sword Slinger and Max Slinger, I'm gonna go behind you, if that's okay with you. Oh, perfect. As you lean in to listen, blah blah blah. As you lean in to listen, a familiar voice rings out through the wall. Is it gonna be the lawman we saw in the beginning? No, it's Sekowa. Let me out of here, you bastard! Shut your mouth, you sniveling little brat! Make me! I'll get you all back for framing my friends. The vulture, most of all, you can tell him he can eat shit and die. Ha, how about we give you the chance to tell him yourself? We'll see how tough you are then. Is he being kidnapped? Well, no wonder they're not being taken. It's probably gonna be the lawman we saw. That's Sekowa. Confronted. You hear someone entering the room on the other side. I brought back a prize you're gonna love, boss. Have a look at this bracelet. Beautiful, ain't it? I bet it was made by a famous artisan. You idiot! How are we supposed to move something like this without attracting attention? Boss, please, please, I'm sorry. Reckon we could find a sailor who won't ask questions. Sell it for a song. Here, your reward, and don't bring me this kind of grief again. I won't, boss. Thank you. Finished, are you? Let's retreat for now. No, because they have a hostage. Okay, we did retreat. So, were you able to learn anything? Yep, a lot of things. Dustwatch is in on it, they have a hostage. Their leader is a man of the Dustwatch? That would explain why these bandits have been able to do as they please. And you say they gave the bracelet to him? Ah, it seems we have our work cut out for us. Did you hear anything else of note? Zekoa? That's the boy who confronted one of the officers in town, isn't it? And you say they threatened to take him to speak with the Vulture, their leader's alias, no doubt. Fitting for a man who preys on the helpless. Well then, not only do we have a better idea of who's behind the recent rash of robberies in that place, but we also know he has the bracelet. Retrieving it without bloodshed will prove difficult though, if he's that quick to point a gun at his own underlings. We need to get him alone. I can storm their hideout, I can take them, but no bloodshed, remember? You're right. If we confront him with his henchmen around, a violent outcome is all but guaranteed. I might have a plan. There's a small settlement to the southeast of here. Luwataninyawaza. Meet me there and I'll explain everything. What the hell is up with all these names? Do they want us to get twisted tongues? To the north, you say? Sure. 300 though? Do I get to take damage if I go down here? No. It's just for show. You're probably gonna be up here somewhere. Eorzea Huito Cemetery. There you are. A little ether current. A shiny little ether current. Come to me. And we aim somewhere there. Enable autopilot and go. Yep, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I was actually stuck. Actually stuck. It was very difficult to ride to the right or left. Couldn't even ride straight ahead. But my chocobo figured it out and got loose. Ooh. Little town made from stones slash sand blocks slash whatever. And also built into a little hill there. Stony hill? Mountain? Not mountainous hill. It's not near big enough to be mountainous. If we're to retrieve the bracelet without conflict, it won't be done barging in through the front door. We'll have to lure him out. Yes, that's what we said. To do that, we'll avail ourselves of Eorzea, dragon-like creatures that live to the south of here. It's the breeding season, you see, and the males will flock to the scent of a female in heat. With a few ingredients and a sample of their feces, I can create an attractant that resembles this scent when burned. We can then lure the dragon creatures into the bandit's hideout, fleshing out the vulture and his gang. Then, while they contend with our flying friends, we can sneak in and search for the bracelet. I'm afraid I must ask you to collect the excrement. While you go see to that, I will go and procure the remaining ingredients. And before you say anything, I do not ask this because of any aversion to feces. It would simply be easier for me to find the specific species of wild plant we require. Here, take these 3 pouches, see them filled, and I will handle the rest. We got another poop quest. It is unfortunately not our first one. Right, 333 yams to the west. That's definitely up there. And if I want to get up there, I have to ride around quite a bit. No, I ride south because it looks like there's a here. There's no way into from the north. Oh. Wait, and you think these are dragon-like creatures? There's a freaking pteranodons. Pteranodons? Pteranodons. Dinosaurs. That's what they are. To the north. There you are, a little ether current. And this is creepy. Are you praying to a dead creature? What's going on here? Folk have plenty of theories about what these images mean. Some think they are a record of what our ancestors saw in their day-to-day lives. Others think they might depict another world entirely. Well, we know for a fact there are many other worlds out there. Some even sharing kind of a space with us, just in a different space-time. All I know is that my wife used to love coming here to look at them. That's the only thing that matters to me. Got a little bit tired of the night music. Now is way away perfect. Okay, none of you turn around. Thank you very much. Yep, we have dinosaur birds, and then we have basically Triceratops wannabe. So this is dinosaur land. Much dinosaur land, and we're gonna pick up your poop. Bird poop. Big bird poop. Ignore me. Dunka. You survey the area but see no sign of birdie droppings. Foul smelling nest. You definitely have some on you, in you. You find a pile of dropping and gingerly scoop them into your pouch. Pouch singular. I got 3 pouches and he wanted them all filled, but I am happy enough to just put them in 1 pouch. And I do hope you used gloves, Warrior of Light, because that literal shit is nasty. Nope. Get stuck on a cactus. Finished already, are we? Yes. Leavings filled sack. A small hemp sack full to bursting with leavings. Though you pray that to the 12 it doesn't actually burst. Let's see. Spam. What? Tell us more. Try to sell viewers. I verify that the information file is truthful. Block that fucker. There you go. Excellent. This will do nicely. All that's left is to mix the feces with tumbleclaw fibers, dried nopalitender root, and a generous helping of animal fat. Come, let us get back to Netanyahu. Let's. But first, since we're here, let's actually discover this part of the map. I'll uncover the rest when I can fly. Really should sleep more, because I noticed that I love exploring, but My patience wears thin with exploring when I'm tired. That sucks. Anyway, that's my problem, not yours. Oh, where will? There you are. And you're scouting for something. Everything is ready. Time to set our plan into motion. Ooh, what do we have here? We have some creamy hot chocolates, some wild banana blend, tender shortcake, fruit and aloe jelly. I feel like some shortcake actually. Shortcake sounds good. Shortcake sounds delicious right about now. Fair number appear to be gathered inside. Now's our chance. I will keep watch from here. The attractants I leave to you. Toss it into the bonfire near the middle of town. The dragons will come soon after. Ooh, the bonfire in the middle of town. Yeah, that's sure to get the crap stench flowing. Wafting? Yep. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna throw some crap into your fire. Ground targeting mode. Okay. Yes, stand there. Let the smoke just go over you. Soak into your clothes. You're gonna smell wonderful, Warrior of Lights. Oh, that's a very noxious looking. Oh, what's that smell? Very noxious looking fumes. Yep. Oh, that reeks. What did you put in the fire? It wasn't me, I swear. Ugh, did something die? Ah. Bastard. Someone wanna explain that ungodly stench to me? Dang it. But boss, over there. Huh? What in the world? Ah! Run for your lives! So the smoke's what drew them here? I swear when I find out who did this. Well, you ain't gonna have to wait long. I'd say our friends have stirred up enough trouble. Time to retrieve the bracelets. Hey, what's going on out there? I'm still in here in case you've forgotten. Sit tight, we'll be back for you. What? You gotta get me out of here now, they're gonna kill me! I'm begging you, please! Shh, I'll hear you! And of course, only Erenville is visible. There you go again with the cursing. Come on, man. Shit! Who was that? Hey, you're gonna help me or what? Ah, the bracelet must wait. Let's break him out and withdraw for now. All that effort and not to show for it. Sorry about that, but damn, I don't think anyone would have the balls to take on the vulture. No need to apologize. We were planning to save you. Eventually. Really? And I don't even know who you are. You're secret admirers of mine or something? Stupid. I'm just having fun with you, but I do appreciate the help. This man they call the Vulture, I've seen his face before. Was he not the officer you confronted in town? The one and the same. When he's not masquerading as a gang leader, he serves as deputy chief of the Dustwatch. That would explain why the bandits are so confident they can avoid capture. You're trying to get back something the Vulture stole, right? Let me help. It's the least I can do after you bailed me out back there. I have an idea where he's hid his cash. Reckon he's headed there now too. We can go together. I've still got a score to settle with him myself. I don't doubt that you do, but we need him to know. We need to know what it is first. Will you tell us? Right, so those bandits at Tanatanyawi, they're called the Daybreakers, and it was me and my friends that founded the group. Oh, you're a bandit? But it wasn't a band of cutthroats, not back then. Oh. We just wanted to protect people who couldn't protect themselves. Kids being harassed by bullies, workers being exploited by the mining concerns, folks who needed to help even the odds. Needed help to even the odds. That was 3 years ago, and whenever we found someone scheming in the shadows, we settled matters the best way we knew how. We shot him in the face with a jewel. Same thing. I see. By the old laws, anyone who loses in a duel must be held to account for their crimes, even those in positions of authority. And we made damn sure they did every time. Before we knew it, our small band of friends commanded a force to be reckoned with. Then, about a year ago, the Vulture and his thugs showed up. They got the better of us and took over the Daybreakers. Everyone was afraid of him, so they did his bidding without question. But when he showed them how they could make a fortune easily, that was when he really won them over. Now the Daybreakers is nothing but a bunch of bandits and cutthroats who prey on the people it was created to protect. I talked it over with my friends Quicana and Liwini, and we all agreed the only way to stop him was to challenge him to a duel. And he accepted. I still remember how he gloated that he would win. But when the day came, he showed up with the Dustwatch and had my friends arrested on charge of robbery. As if that wasn't enough, he set their bail at a price no one could ever hope to pay. With them locked away, there was no one left to help me. None of my old friends from the Daybreakers, and certainly not the Dustwatch. And that's why you were ready to challenge him in the middle of town. I was, until that guy with the spear stopped me. No sooner had I stepped out of town than the Vulture's minions caught me by surprise. They took me prisoner, then, well, you know the rest. You said the Dustwatch would be of no help. Are they all working for the Vulture then? No, not all of them. The sheriff, Kamaka, he's as honest as they come, a staunch keeper of the peace. Problem is, he's a little too trusting and doesn't suspect a thing. If it were my word against the deputy chief's, who do you think he'd believe? Well, if he knows where this Vulture keeps his spoils, perhaps he can help us recover Namika's bracelets. What do you think? For what it's worth, I have a plan, but I can't do it alone. A plan? All I ask is that you hear me out, but not here. I'll be waiting for you at Sheshenewezi Springs. I guess we can decide what to do after he gives us the pitch. See, he has a plan. I mean, forming a gang of bandits, that's really to protect people? Sure. Why call them a gang of bandits now? What's your plan and why are we hiding? Good, you're here. This is where he hides his loot. I expect he'll show up soon. Those towers sure are noisy. Well, well, look who it is. Storing stolen goods here seems risky, but I suppose it's an option for someone with his authority. Yeah, he moves the spoils in cerulean barrels where no one would think to look. They're mixed in with regular shipments of fuel to Tural where they're sold off. You said he stole a bracelet of yours, right? If he knows you're on his tail, chances are he'll be eager to get what he can for it. But I doubt he'd trust a lackey with that business, given the provenance of the piece. No, I'll wager he's not letting that bracelet out of his sight till he's got coin in hand. Well, I wasn't sure what to make of you after that place, but I'm glad to see you're more than an impulsive child. Well, not my finest hour, I'll admit. But there's a lesson in that. The Vulture's a slippery bastard. If we're gonna catch him, we need to back him into a corner with hard evidence. That's my plan. First, we need to lure him away from here. Over to that place would be ideal. For now, I need one of you to help me. This'll buy time for the other to search the barrels for any stolen goods. And using that, we'll expose him as a criminal. There's no way to tell if Wute is carrying the bracelet, but regardless, There will be time enough to find it once he's behind bars. But won't he simply feign innocence? Oh, he'll try, and that's when I'll challenge him to a duel. A duel? That approach didn't work out so well for your friends, as I recall. True, but unlike before, I'll challenge him in front of the whole town. That way he won't be able to wriggle out of it like before. Every man, woman and child of the wilds understands the importance of duels and the old laws. The deputy chief would never disgrace himself by refusing. But wouldn't you be breaking the law by using a firearm in town? It's not as if we'd be using live rounds, but it's a risk I'm willing to take. What's important is that I get him to duel with as many witnesses as possible. When he loses, and he will lose, that will be the end of the vulture. Very confident, aren't you? The plan is not without flaws, but what do you think? I say, let Sikoa have his duel. Thanks, I sure was lucky running into the two of you. You won't regret this, I promise. You're satisfied, then so am I. I knew I could count on you. I've known you for all of 5 minutes, but you're my best friends now. I was seen in Totanayawi, so it's probably best if I stay and search the barrels. Then you're with me. Tell the vulture I tried to rob you, but you managed to overpower me. Even if he suspects a trap, he won't be able to resist taking the bait. You'll want to buy your friend as much time as possible and make your way to that place. Once you've got the vulture there, I'll take care of the rest. Alright then, let's get to it. Wiwute. The birds were likely that Shitona's doing. What's his angle? Huh, and then there's the brat. It's past time I dealt with him. I'm just standing here muttering to myself out loud. And not caring if anyone hears me. He's oblivious to your presence. Perhaps a gentle poke. Heart in his chest. Huh? What's this? Ah, an unfamiliar face in these parts. Have you need of the Dust Watch, sir? But Sikoa tried to rob you, but you apprehended him. I see. So desperate was he to see his friends free from prison, he turned to a life of crime. How awful. You have my sincerest thanks, sir. Might I trouble you to take me to him? Sure thing. Ask about Shishinewi Springs. Not that this is an appropriate time for me to play tour guide, but if you insist. Shishinewi Springs is home to a thriving ceruleum mining industry. The prospect of easy coin has attracted some undesirables, no? You're probably gonna be with me even if I mount, right? Yeah. Because this doesn't count as abandoning them. I put them in my chocobo saddlebag. And then he pops out. this a place? I don't see him. Just a little further. Very well, lead on. Tell me about this. The cerulean fields. There's gold in these fields. Blue gold. Best beware the beasts in these parts. They may prefer to snack on cerulean, but for you, I reckon they would make an exception. Why? Why would they make an exception for me? Because I'm tall, strong, and lean? Wait, I gotta kill this bomb. I mean, I kinda wish they would have put Glare 4 behind another ability. Because that kinda essentially wastes a lot of, you know, fast casting time. Pure holies. Pure glares. Sure. It still does way more damage still, but... Is this the place then? I'm sorry, I'm still learning my way around. Tourist, you know? Don't have a map. Who needs a map? Is this some sort of joke? Oh, all the... Let's just keep moving. These guys are just the fluffies from the burning wall. Okay, that's strange. Got into combat, but combat music did not play. No, not the Starbird. This better be the place. Ah, now I remember. My patience is wearing awfully thin, sir. If he isn't at the next place, we stop. I may be forced to do something you and I would both dearly regret. Ask about the Nopali tenders. Unless you'd rather I feed you one raw, needles and all, cut the chit-chats. Aw. I just wanted to know things, man. Alright, where is he? I don't see him anywhere. Where is Serkowa? Tell me where he is, or I'll bury you in the same grave. Goodness me, where could he have gone? That's it, I've had it with these games, and I've had it with you. Hey, Wehute, you looking for me? If you want to place me under arrest, you'll have to work a little harder. Ah, you'll be begging for a cell by the time I'm done with ya.
Wahoote! Finally caught up to me, I see.
Wihute. Okay.
Well, well, if it isn't our young outlaw. You've taken up stealing, I'm told. Can't say I'm surprised about that, but I am surprised that you'd offer yourself up to be arrested.
Sorry to disappoint, but you're the one who's going to answer for their crimes today.
Hey, that's my jewelry!
In my bag! So you found the stolen goods. That's fine work.
This barrel was at Shishenawetsi Springs, mixed in with others bound for Tuliyola. The Landsguard would have presumed it part of the regular ceruleum shipments and waved it through. And once it reached its destination, it would have been retrieved, and its contents sold for coin.
The audacity. Do we know who's behind this?
As fortune would have it, I spied the leader of this operation being handed one of the stolen items. A bracelet, which Vau Wuklamat had intended for her nursemaid, Namika.
It was from the Vow of Resolve?
You already know this.
Oh, you've seen it then?
No, no, never. And if I knew who had it, I would have arrested the scoundrel.
You would have had to arrest yourself.
What's the meaning of this, Wahoote?
It's a setup, sir. I have the bracelet, yes, but I only 'cause I found it. I swear. They're the real criminals. They concocted this scheme to frame me, so they could get me out of the picture.
If you feel your honor's at stake, there's always the old-fashioned way. The law which folks have used to settle their differences for generations.
You don't mean...
Wahoote, I challenge you to a duel. The winner is right, the loser is wrong. Doesn't get simpler than that.
Yeah, have at it.
Let your pistols do the talking!
Please, do you honestly believe you can goad me into playing your game?
You refuse then? A baby alpaca's got more fight than you.
All right, boy. But remember, you asked for this.
Come on, Zakawa! Give him what for!
Shouldn't we stop him, Chief? Even if it's just rubber bullets, we're in the middle of town.
Be quiet. Just watch.
Really? Even the tumbleweed. Alright. Oh, hello?
Oh, you little shit!
Looks like you've gotten slow in your old age, vulture.
You and I are going to have a long talk.
I apologize for dueling in the middle of town. If you want to lock me up, then lock me up. But please, let my friends go. They've done nothing wrong.
We haven't.
You drew your gun within town limits. But Eorzea drew first. Far as I'm concerned, you acted in self-defense. You're free to go. As are your friends.
Ha! You're not such a bad guy after all!
Just a man of the wilds, like you. But to think that Eorzea had taken control of the Daybreakers, it pains me that it happened right under my nose.
What are you gonna do about his crew? Some of them are still in Tonatenui.
Tonatenui? Okay.
Those who have broken the law will be taken into custody. But those who haven't will be given the chance to resume walking the straight and narrow. What about you, Zakawa? What do you intend to do now?
Why, what I've always done. Protect the weak and help the helpless. The old-fashioned way.
Here, this was Vawuk Lamott's gift for someone, wasn't it?
Yes, a person very dear to her.
I suppose this is where we go our separate ways. My thanks again for your help apprehending the vulture.
Sure, it's been like since ARR. Since we had a lot of American voice actors, so sure. Also, the setting does feel a little bit comfy, actually. A little bit cozy, a little bit comfy. I do like the whole living like free spirits a little bit. And also, this whole justice system is terrible. It's just flat out terrible. Because if the other guy had won, that would basically be saying, well, I'm right, you're wrong. So even a bad guy could go do extremely bad stuff, you know, like murder, rape, pillage, whatever, than just win a duel and haha, I didn't do anything. It was you. Unless there are multiple witnesses, of course, I guess. But in cases like this, terrible, terrible, terrible justice system. Just terrible. Cool, but terrible. Well, that ended up being rather more complicated than expected, but all's well that ends well. Ooh, finally it's over. I couldn't have brought him to justice without your help, so I don't know how I'll even repay you. Uh-huh. Now that we have the bracelet, let us return to the Shishinewi Springs. Will you be staying there long? I'd like to give you a proper thanks after I find my friends. They're in jail. We weren't planning on it, but there is no need to rush. We'll see you at the springs then. Okay, let's see, what do we have here? Tastes like home, private delivery. Gentle Giants, Taste of the Wilds. Ooh, gold. Say, aren't you the one who was stirring up a fuss in town not long ago? I could use a capable hand like yours if you'd be willing to lend it. The name's Tonzoe. I'm not from around here, truth be told. I live in that place, but I'm here visiting my grandson. I was excited to see him after so long, but then I spied him dealing with some unsavory looking man, exchanging unusually large sums of money. I confronted him about what I saw, but he'll say little more than, "It's just a misunderstanding," then grumble as he changes the subject. I realize this is sudden, but could you see if there's anything to be done to help him? He's in trouble, I just know it. Oh, a weight's been lifted off my heart. Bless you, sir. His name's Sitequa. Last I saw him, he was heading inside this here saloon. The Tonawauta with a red cap, pulled down over his face to cover those bruises, most like. You can't miss him. Upstairs, then. A new face in town, eh? Well, what can I do you for? Thinks I'm in trouble, does he? There he goes, jumping to conclusions as usual. I thought it would be less of a hassle if I didn't tell him. Truth is, I've been helping other folk in town with their money troubles. Matter of fact, the man you just saw leaving just a moment ago is one of my clients. I should probably explain from the beginning. My work involves loaning gil to folks having trouble with coin for one reason or another. There's a reason I don't lend them Pell, but I'll get to that in a moment. Thank you, because I was just about to ask that. Didn't they use Pell around here? My family's lived here long before there was ever a town here. But then people moved in and they started expanding. Before long, Kimaku's family approached us about selling our land. That would be the sheriff. It was around the time when the trade overseas was gaining in popularity. I had it on good authority that gil was on its way to becoming common currency here in the wilds, so I started to sell the land for gil and used those funds to start my business. Sure enough, everything went as expected and the business is starting to do well. It's not without its troubles, seeing as money is involved, but I never lend to any unsavory types. Yeah, why not simply explain all this to your grandfather? point of me keeping quiet was so I wouldn't make him worry. Seems my silence has only made things worse. He found himself in a real tight corner once. Guild's what got him there, and now he wants nothing to do with the stuff. When I told him about my idea to sell the land, the moment Gil came out of my mouth, his whole mood turned sour. He said he'd put everything in my name, and whatever happens after that is on me. It's not exactly easy to bring up my work when it involves the one thing he seems to hate more than anything. But maybe it's time I changed that. This job does more than just put food on the table. I'm able to help people, help this town. How do I get him to see that? I got it. You're going to come and watch me work. Grandpa won't hear anything I have to say if it involves Gil, but he might come around to a first-hand account from you. So come and see what good my work does for the town and how I help people here. He did send you here to help me, didn't he? I promise to make it worth your while. In Gil, of course. Right then, before we get started, I should probably know who it is I'm working with. Yep, I'm just an adventurer. Drac, eh? Well, Drac, our first job is to go see a miner named Wakwaze. He had a pretty bad accident on the job a while back. Had no money for treatment or much of anything really, so I loaned him the gil he needed to keep on his feet. But now it's well past the time he returns what he owes, and he hasn't said a word. There's been time enough for him to not only return back to work, but also receive his wages. Several times, in fact. He usually comes here into town when he's not working, and his shift ends soon. Meet me just outside of town. If we're lucky, we'll catch him just as he arrives. Sir, are you a loan shark? Are you charging high interest on your loans? Or are you just helping people out and they charge not as much interest? Also, I gotta make sure there's no corn servant around here. I don't think there's a corn servant here. You're here for the money? I was gonna pay, honest. I just mixed up the dates is all. Can't we sell this later? I'm busy. No, you're lying, Wakwaze, and you're not going anywhere until you can look me in the eye and tell me why you're not paying me back. He's obviously hiding something, but I'm not looking to start trouble. I don't suppose there's anything you can do to persuade him? Maybe a little flex to show him we're serious? We've just become the muscle behind his money lending operation. That's such a weird way to flex. Ye gods, look at those arms and those perfectly sculpted neck muscles, gained from years and years of nodding. Fine, fine, just put all of that away. Here's the money, damn you. I mean, your arms are bigger than mine. It's all here, and with interest. If you had the money, why go through all the trouble of avoiding me? When I was still on the mend, my lady friend took really good care of me, see? I wanted to buy her something fancy to thank her, and, well, my eyebrows fell away somewhere. I understand. Really, I do. But if you really want to make her happy, you need to get your life together. I'm willing to give you a loan one last time, but we're gonna have a long talk about how to manage your savings first. Ah, you're right. What good am I to her if I'm out on the street without a gill or even a pell to my name? I'll give it some thought and we can talk later. Always have a budget. Make a budget, stick to it. Learn how to manage your money. I can't blame him for wanting to show his appreciation to a loved one, but it's no excuse to get carried away with his spending. So, what do you think of my job? The money I loaned him, paid for his treatment and supported him through his recovery. That has to count for something, right? I mean... I'm just gonna say nothing. Because there's not much to say. Well, there's always our next client. When you're ready, we can be on our way. Yep, that'll be later. Now, where is this? Yes, hi. Is this the weird town? I think it is. Ah, I'm kind of stupid. It's because I have the mount music on that I'm not hearing the battle music. I don't want the mount music on now though, because it's daytime. And we love the daytime music. Luwata Ninya Wawasa. That's not the name of this place. Luwatan something. If you're planning to explore the local area, you might as well make yourself useful in the process. Okay? Welcome, traveler. I wonder if while you're out exploring, you might be able to do me a small favor. There's a cave network nearby where my daughter has gone up to offer her prayers, but she's forgotten the all-important fish oil candle. I would take it to her myself if it wasn't for this terrible pain in my foot. Oh, it hurts something fierce, it does. Do you think you can give her this candle from me? Oh, is that gonna be the weird... Yeah, okay, it's the weird place. It's the place where they worship the skeleton. Okay, I want to know. Yeah, so 6 seconds of presence of mind goes away to use Glare 4. I mean, you can't not use Glare 4 because Glare 4 is so powerful. And it's ready every time you use Presence of Mind. It basically gives time for unloading Glare 4 and then casting Raise. Just barely. Yeah, like I said, I know Glare 4 does so much more damage. It's basically almost double Glare 3. did 640 or something like that. So it feels weird. I'll get over it. Contemplative woman. Something I can help you with? Yes, I have a candle for you. Made from a combination of fish oil and aromatic herbs. It has a distinctive yet not unpleasant aroma. You came all the way to deliver this? I'm awful grateful to you and to my ma for realizing I'd forgotten to bring a candle. You see, these caverns are sacred ground. We worship a skeleton where we come to pray to our ancestors and the more recently deceased. And the giant skeletons. These flames provide the living a way to commune with the dead. And thanks to you, I can light a candle of my own and say a little prayer. Since you're here, maybe you could stand before the flames and offer a few words to your departed loved ones. It doesn't matter where you're from. All spirits are welcome here, living or dead. Rest in peace, Mumbrida, Archifont, Isael. So Estinian is walking around somewhere. Here we will hopefully meet up with him. I like Estinian. We haven't seen hide nor hair of Ishtola or Graha, which I'm very thankful for. I don't like them that much. They've taken too much place, I feel. And also, like I said in the very first episode, I do believe I wouldn't mind seeing less of the Scions, seeing fewer Scions, and maybe in with some new people? That'd be nice. And my tongue hurts for some reason on the left side. I don't know what the hell I've done. And it hurts when I talk. Must have scraped it. Whatever. My problem, not yours. Welcome back. I'm guessing you were able to find my daughter, no doubt in her usual spot. She never was one to do things the easy way. You know, as much of a stickler for traditions as she is, she actually works for the railroad company. Still, I gotta hand it to her. She manages to work towards a promising future without losing sight of her roots. That's a good combination. I sure am proud of her, but don't tell her I said that, will ya? Wouldn't want her getting a big head or nothing. Well, I'd say me and that daughter of mine have taken up enough of your time, but it was awful nice meeting you. Thanks a million for helping us out. Fine perspective, working on a full stomach. That sounds like it would be Corn Servant, but it's not Corn Servant. Yes. No idea what he is. My bracelet. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is more than just a gift. It is a part of me that I could never hope to replace. Truly, Wuklamat is blessed to have such devoted friends. Well, I wouldn't put it quite that way. I prefer to think of us more as long-standing acquaintances. Oh, Aramil, come on. Regardless of how you choose to describe it, there is no denying the depth of your bond, though I'm sure you'll continue to do so. Can't say I'm surprised the deputy chief turned out to be the bandits' leader. I always knew something wasn't right about him. An easy claim to make with the gift of hindsight. There you are, the real Daybreakers have arrived. Oh, you found your friends. That coat... This coat is very popular. I'd like you to meet my two best friends, Quicana and Lewin. If it wasn't for you believing in Sokoa and doing what you did, we'd still be locked up. You have no idea how satisfying it was to see that bastard Wiote put behind bars. We never gave up hope that Sokoa would find a way to get us out. He always was the best of the Daybreakers. Glad he was able to convince you to go along with his plan. Unfortunately, our group is smaller now and lacking in strength besides. Some outlaws might see us as an easy target. So you're bandits but not outlaws? Even so, if anyone should give the Dustwatch the slip, the Daybreakers will be there. We'll train day and night and day, so no one will get the better of us ever again. Isn't that right? Right, and you'll teach us how you draw your pistols so fast, won't you? Or a pistol, because he's only using the one. Well, we won't need to duel if all goes as it should. But on the off chance it doesn't, we'd best make sure everyone can match or beat my speed. We owe you a great debt, and one of these days I'll be sure to repay it. On that you have my word. Until we meet again. If you'll excuse me, I shall find a quiet place to rest. As I'll be here a while yet, though, do let me know if there is any way I can be of assistance. Were you not planning to take the train home? Oh, train service has been suspended. Didn't I tell you? You sure didn't. You mentioned no such thing. Something about the tracks being damaged in the last quake. The tunnel was closed as well. An earthquake? It must have happened when we were still down south. There have been quite a few tremors of late, and the rather large one struck not long before you two arrived. I can only hope no one was hurt. Things are weird on the continent. A lot of quakes, a lot of tremors. Wildlife is going strange both to the south and to the north. At any rate, if you want to know when service will resume, you could speak with the station master yourself. Could. Let us do that. The station is just over there. Just before we came here, so probably connected to the whole First Promise and whoever the hell is behind the entrance to the Golden City. It seems people aren't too happy with about the train delays. Who would be?
I'm so sorry, but we're not sure when the train will be running again.
You've got to be joking. Of all the places to get stuck at on the way.
Please don't tell me you've come to complain too.
No, not complain, just ask.
We heard that the earthquake had caused disruptions and wanted to ask when operations would resume. But I see that it will be a while yet.
I'm afraid so. Too few hands for too much work.
I can help.
It's time-consuming enough to inspect the tracks after every quake, but this last one we got after the succession ceremony was massive. Made a mess of a whole bunch of railroad ties.
The succession ceremony? We would have been in Tuliolal at the time. If it was as violent as you say, we should have felt it as well.
I have to admit, it was a touch strange, having seen my fair share of tremors. If I had to describe it, it felt more like the rumbling from an explosion.
Explosion?
Is there anything I can do to help?
Seriously? You're offering to help?
What about you, my friend? If you'd rather strike out on your own, I understand.
Though, if you were willing to lend us a hand too, we'd be truly tremendously grateful. Thank you! Thank you so much! I'm Shenza, by the way. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Shenza.
If you would please step inside, I can introduce you to everyone.
I mean, I don't mind helping a little bit with the railroad.
Sorry for dragging you into this.
An adventurer works his way on his adventures, so it's fine. Oh,
There they are.
that gave me some trolley Amaranth
That's
flashbacks.
them, the two volunteers. Walika is our station master, and over there is our top driver, Nitoikwe. And this grizzled mug is Zopia, an engineer who joined around the same time as me.
Much obliged for the help. I'll make it worth your while, I promise.
Yep, exactly that.
Something the matter?
Would you happen to be a fan of trolleys?
Trolleys? They're fine, I suppose, but they're no match for our cerulean-powered engine.
She's absolutely glorious, let me tell you. If you'd like to bask in her beauty, well, you should visit the depot behind the platform.
Right then. What I'd like you two to do is help us procure timber.
Sure.
We'll be using it to fashion new railroad ties, so it needs to be the strongest stuff we can get. In these parts, that means the trees in the Piatayonan Plain. It is Hetsaro territory, though, so we need to get their permission first.
Piarionan. Okay.
Come on, no time to waste.
I would have said Piarionan, but since it had double vowels at the end, but sure. Though no small number live in Shaluni, I must confess that I've never visited the home of the Hetsaro. As they largely live in accordance with all the traditions, I suspect they may have a dim view of the railroads. Come, let's follow Walika. There's another station on the way, so be sure to drop in. The train will be in the depot, but you can still see it from outside. I'm quite taken with the sleek design of the head end myself, though if you peek through the windows you can probably catch a glimpse of... Enough jabbering, Shenza. Thanks to these two, we finally have some real work to do, so let's get to it. Oh, we'll see you later. I suppose there's no harm in stopping at the station. It is on the way, after all. We can do that. Isn't there a... to the east? I was about to say, isn't there an ether current kind of that way? I'm guessing this is the depot. That's the depot. I mean, I guess I'll go to the station first. We're probably gonna go up here to that place. To Mewahetson? Fucking hell. There's so many weird grammar rules when it comes to pronouncing these names. OA is oo. Some W's are not pronounced, some H's are not pronounced. I can't keep up. I must confess, the train is an impressive sight. How easy it must be to ship goods throughout the wilds now. Right. One of those H's gotta be pronounced, right? Mewahetson? Mehawetson? Should be to the northeast of here. Let's continue on. You can't have two H's. Two H in there. Ages? You can't have two of the letter H in the name right after each other and not pronounce a single one of them. That would just be evil. To the south. Right. Don't like the night music. Southwest? Still southwest? Oh. I guess that's kind of southwest? Southeast? Well, let's keep going then. Up here? Ooh, worse. Grassland worm. Oh, okay, you're kind of in the right place. I knew it. Sometimes I can see right through you. How does one get up here though? Without flying. Up here? Up here. And then to the northeast. 492. That's probably up here somewhere. We'll just go for the Aetherites. Hello, little fella. Ceratoraptor. Ooh, you look angry. You look very angry. Okay, I'll leave you alone. I'll leave you alone. Poor little guy. clear lines in the grass. As if someone is trying, just as if someone is trying to send us a message. Another 18 to the northeast. Oh, so okay. It's actually quite close. Along the water edge. Mayhap. To the southeast. Yeah, on the bridge, on the dock. Not bridge, dock. Yep, yep. Ew. Please let this be a voiced cutscene so I can hear the name of this place. Ah, there you are. The village is just up ahead. Truth be told, I never had direct dealings with the people of Meh, but I do know that their traditions mean a great deal to them, as do the land. You heard him, we're going into Meh. Ah, such lovely clean air. It feels like a treat after the overpowering ceruleum of Cheshenebesi Springs. The waters nearby are just as pristine. It is a paradise for people and animal both. I'm glad you appreciate the blessings of nature as we do. Greetings, travelers, and welcome. I'm Huato, Chief of Meh, and this is my son, Shepeto. A pleasure to meet you. I thank you for the warm welcome, and I apologize for our sudden intrusion. I'm Wolika, Station Master of Tural Railing. The recent earthquake has damaged our tracks, and we require timber to make repairs. This is Drath and Erenville, who have volunteered to assist us with the restoration effort. You have a most curious air about you, of oil and steel, tanned leather, and the faintest hint of fair winds blown from a distant shore. Though I know not where. I gather you are not from these lands? Oil and steel, tanned leather. I mean, that could be where we've just been, or it could be because of crafting professions, but sure. I'm a traveler of the star. I go where the winds blow, where adventure takes me, where I can have fun. My guy does not come from Eorzea. He comes from elsewhere. Truly, I would love to know more of you and of the lands you've seen. Sure. I am told your people hold traditions in the highest. Yet I gather you are curious about those of others as well? But of course, nature is boundless, as is our love for her lands and her children. The Hetso, in particular, have done much to guide our way of life. Where to hunt, to gather, to lay our heads, the Hetso teach us all these things and more. It is for that reason, I believe, that we are attuned to the shifting winds around us. I see. That word, Hetso, it means leader of souls in the Hetsaro tongue, does it not? It does. There are many creatures revered as Hetso among the Hetsaro. Here we look to the Ronak for guidance. However, as you may have gleaned from our use of Aetherytes, while we are committed to our traditions, this does not mean that we reject all outside influences. That said, there are certain things that give us pause. Like your goddamn railroad. We will furnish you with timber you require, but first, as neighbors in this land, we ask that you indulge us in a discussion. We'd be glad to, of course. Wonderful. We do not often receive guests come such a long way, and my son is always so delighted to hear their tales. Now, if you will follow me. A curious little lad, is he? That's nice. Everyone needs a small amount of curiosity. And now we're here, and I think I'm actually gonna have to leave it here because, like I said before, I'm tired. It's gonna be shorter. For some reason, my tongue really hurts whenever I speak, so I'm gonna have to give that one a rest as well. It's only the left side. Kinda makes it difficult to actually say some things. Especially the letter S. That for some reason that hurts as hell. And there are so many S's in the English language, so yes. I'm gonna have to leave it here. Sorry. But as always, thank you for being here and thank you for watching. I appreciate it very much. Take care of yourself, be kind, and I'll see you next time. You take care now.